Welcome to the Postgame Show presented by the Maroon Club, enhancing 23 Division I sports. Join the Maroon Club today and our Coca-Cola Player of the Game. Experience the Coke side of life. Here's Dan Maldy with Coach O'Hanlon.
All right, thanks a lot, Gary. Fran O'Hanlon, at the beginning of the game, you knew how awesome this Colgate shooting percentage team is. They were just as hot tonight, if not hotter, and it seemed like there was just no let up to the onslaught. Their bench was performing just as well as their starters.
No, they everybody coming in really gave them a lift, and they gave them a chance to rest some of their stars and get a, they've been playing their starters 35, 36 minutes, and because they got off to such a good start, those other guys came in with a lot of confidence, and we just have to do a better job coming out and playing in the beginning of the game.
Credit to your team to come back from a 15-point deficit in the first half to narrow it to 3, only to have that half-point buzzer beater give them the advantage heading into the half.
Yeah, I mean, hey, what are you going to say? I thought we fought to get back into the game. We cut it to 4. It would have been nice going into halftime down 4. They had the momentum going into the second half, and they carried it over.
Nick Lidner, the Coca-Cola Player of the Game for this contest, in his sophomore year, seems to play up to the level of competition.
He did a great job for us. He comes to play, and we needed that tonight. He was huge for keeping us in the game.
We'll be here Saturday afternoon. Army's in for the final regular season game at noon. Good luck in that one, friend.
Thank you, Dan.
All right, Fran O'Hanlon, the head coach of the Lafayette Leopards, returned to sophomore Nick Lidner, who broke it open personally. 30 points tonight, Nick. 24 of those coming in the second half. I was just telling your coach, you seem to rise to the occasion of the competition.
I know when we're down, I just got to try to be aggressive, get to the basket, and hopefully create for others. I know they're just going to hug our shooters, so it's really up to me to try to get something going for us when we're struggling offensively.
Tremendous numbers today. 30 points, a career high, as Gary mentioned. 24 in the second half. 9 of 15 shooting. 4 of 7 from the three-point arc. 8 of 9 from the free throw line. 6 assists, 2 rebounds. Any of those stats that you're particularly proud of tonight?
No, because we lost. I mean, if we win, it's good, but all that matters is the score at the end of the game.
In addition, Nick, you're top 10 in the Patriot League, number 2 in assists, number 4 in assist-turnover ratio, and number 10 in free throw shooting. Good luck against Army on Saturday.
Thank you very much.
All right, let's bring it back to Gary and John.
All right, Dan, congratulations to Nick on a terrific ball game tonight. John will take us through the highlights of this basketball game, and we'll kind of figure things out for you before we get out of here.
Well, good luck with that, Gary, because the one thing I do know is this Colgate team is for real. They came in at second-place team, and they showed you why. Luke Rowe is just a monster. I mean, he really does everything. Bryce Scott did a good job of keeping Lafayette relatively close. We saw spurts of good offense by Lafayette. When they're moving the basketball and they're allowed to catch and shoot, they can be very, very effective. You wonder what kind of an emotional impact. It's a 4-point game here, 36-32, and then Austin Tillotson throws up a prayer that goes in, and that 4-point lead at halftime suddenly went to 7. Not quite sure what that did emotionally, but boy, I'll tell you what, it did nothing to deter Nick Lidner. 30 points, Gary, and he was the only one down the stretch that seemed to be able to get any kind of consistency going offensively. He did it in a variety of ways. At the end of the day, though, too many weapons on the part of Colgate. Sherman Newsom finishing again. He's so strong at 6'5". His running mate Luke Rowe kind of is a bookend to him. Here's a big play where Lafayette again was making a run. The scramble for the ball on the floor, and again, the loose ball ends up in the hands of Sherman Newsom. He gets a bucket, and then Ethan Jacobs. Gary, this guy is 6'11", and he was just a force. Inside, outside, passing the ball. We've seen a lot of teams come through here, Gary, and I can tell you this, for my money, this is the best team, and that includes Bucknell. This is the best team we've seen so far.
Well, they may very well end up being the #1 team and the #1 seed in the tournament, as Bucknell has to travel to American on Saturday, and Colgate right now is guaranteed #2 spot. But if they would win on Saturday and a Bucknell loss, they would get the #1 seed for the first time in their history. So obviously Colgate playing for a great deal. Lafayette now is tied for 5th place and looking to try to win their ball game on Saturday against Army and then just see how things shake out. Well, here's how things shook out tonight for Colgate. Their 95 points came on 33 field goals, 8 for 17 from beyond the arc. 21 for 24 from the foul line. 4 people in double figures led by Sherman Newsom with 28 points, 21 for Luke Rowe, 14 for Austin Tillison, and 15 for Ethan Jacobs. Great balance. Colgate goes to 14 and 16 overall, 11 and 7 in the Patriot League. For Lafayette, they're 83 points on 27 field goals, 9 for 20 from beyond the arc, 20 for 28 from the foul line. Nick Lindner, 30 points tonight on a 9 for 15 ball game. 19 for Dan Trist and 13 points for Bryce Scott. Dan Trist's double-double streak stops as he only picked up 6 rebounds tonight. Seth Hendricks with 8 rebounds. Lafayette goes to 16 and 12 and now 8 and 9 in the Patriot League. We can figure it all out hopefully for you by Saturday afternoon when we will be back at noontime for the Lafayette Army basketball game. My thanks to Beth Mowens for stopping by this evening, and of course to my cohorts, Dan Mowdy, John Leone, Rick Gio's been our director, along with the RCN television team. Final score, Colgate 95, Lafayette 83. For all of us, I'm Gary Laubach. Thanks for watching. Good night, everybody.